Tomorrow is a very important date in raising awareness about diabetes.
Yeah, Tuesday the 26th is the 26th Annual American Diabetes Association Alert Day. It's one day, it's a wake-up call, and it's urging Americans to take a diabetes risk test. And here to tell us more about it from the American Diabetes Association is Lydia Sobieraski and Mike Long. Welcome to the Morning Blend. Did I say close?
Right on.
Love it.
Thanks for being here, you guys. Alert Day, one day that everybody's kind of being called to check if they may be at risk. What does it mean and how does it work?
Well, it's a day that the American Diabetes Association sets aside to create an awareness for education for diabetes type 2. And it's a test of 7 simple questions, basically to let you know if you're at risk for type 2 diabetes. If you are, you should contact your doctor. There's a website you can go to, which is www.diabetes.org/risk test.
It's amazing to me that there are so many people right here in our state who have type 2 diabetes and don't even know it.
Yes, it's a growing epidemic. It affects millions of children and adults, and it's something that we should takes a financial, physical, and emotional toll on people, and just create an awareness and let them know if they should be talking to their doctor or not.
Yeah, it's great that there is a risk test so people can kind of see a little bit more about where they lie in that continuum. But Lydia, break down the difference between type 1 and type 2 for us.
Okay, there is a difference between the two. Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease. It affects the pancreas. The pancreas stops working and stops producing insulin. Many people develop type 1 diabetes at any age, but most common it's seen in people under the age of 20. Type 1 diabetes is an independent, an insulin-dependent disease, which means that people require taking insulin either through an injection or an insulin pump because their body no longer creates insulin. With type 2 diabetes, there's several factors that can play a role in developing type 2 diabetes. They include age, heredity, diet, and pretty much physical activity. But there's great news because if you have diabetes, you can live a long, healthy life. Managing diabetes is very important, and you can control type 2 diabetes by exercising, eating right, oral medication, and or insulin injections.
What are some of the symptoms that people might watch out for to determine whether or not they might have type 2?
Molly, I'm so glad you asked that question. There's some really obvious symptoms. They include frequent urination, excessive thirst, fatigue, change in vision, blurriness, and some people will sense tingling in their fingers and their toes. So these are all reasons why you should see a doctor and talk to your doctor about it. All the reason to take the risk test.
Yeah.
So if you take the risk test and you find out that you are at risk or you may have type 2 diabetes, are there things that you can do to even lessen the symptoms or reverse it? Can it be reversed?
First of all, is to talk to your doctor. There's certain things you do, your diet, physical activity, exercise is going to help. But the main thing is talk to your diet, and possibly with medication, help from your doctor, you can reverse some of the effects and possibly eliminate some of the things you're doing.
That is really good news. Yeah. Now, tomorrow is Alert Day. So what you're basically asking people to do on Alert Day is to take this test, answer the questions to find out if they're potentially at risk, right? Sort of the wake-up call that we talked about.
Right.
Okay. So how can people find that test and go about answering those questions for themselves?
It's super easy. You can go online to our website, as Mike mentioned earlier, www.diabetes.org/risk test.
Okay.
Mike has a sample here. He brought one for you girls.
Fantastic.
And also you can call our 800 number, and that's 1-800-DIABETES.
Okay, so we're going to put up that information. We were just talking about that. So let's have it on the screen. It's tomorrow, March 25th. Again, that website is diabetes.org /risk test. And they're easy questions like how old you are you man and woman, how physically active you are, what's your weight status. And then if you'd like to find out more about this great Step Out Walk that you have coming up, that's in October. And it's the Milwaukee Step Out Walk that's happening Saturday, October 18th at 10 a.m. at Schlitz Park. You can find out more by visiting the website you see there. It's again diabetes.org, but the / is Step Out Milwaukee to find out more about how you can support the fight against diabetes and raise awareness about it as well. And here's the brochure for the risk test that people can find online.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you. Really nice to have you both. Appreciate it.